She held her baby close, her back against the wall trying to steady her breath. Two officers stood in front of her, guns raised, eyes sharp with suspicion. The street was quiet, but the danger was deafening. A mother, unarmed, protecting the most innocent life she knew. To them, she wasn't a mother. She was a threat. It was supposed to be just another day, another drive home. But in that moment, one question remained. Would she live to see the next day? Watch until the end to find out. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Her name was Alicia James, a devoted mother who worked long hours to provide for her child. She lived in a modest neighborhood lined with houses that told stories of families just like hers, dreamers, workers, survivors. Alicia's world revolved around her baby. Every smile, every cry, every milestone was her reason to keep pushing. Through the exhaustion on that day, she had gone to pick up milk and baby food, her infant softly babbling in the back seat. The sun was high, the road familiar, her heart light with routine comfort. But as she turned onto her street, flashing lights filled her mirror. Her chest tightened. She pulled over, unsure what she had done wrong. She wasn't speeding, hadn't broken a single law. Yet she knew the history of stops like this, how they often ended in stories the news could never forget. The officers exited their cruiser with urgency, weapons already drawn. Alicia's stomach dropped. She unbuckled her seatbelt slowly, praying they wouldn't mistake her movement for defiance. One officer shouted commands, words sharp and clipped. Her baby began to whimper, sensing her mother's fear. Hands where? We can see them! Her trembling hands lifted into the air. She tried to speak, to explain, but her voice cracked. They weren't listening. To them, she wasn't Alicia, the mother who worked 2 jobs, the neighbor who baked cookies at Christmas. She was simply a black woman behind the wheel of a car. They ordered her out. Still holding her baby, she stepped onto the curb, the infant pressed tightly to her chest. The officer's eyes locked on her like she was an enemy soldier, not a mother. Desperate to shield her child, her mind raced with headlines she had read. Unarmed black parents stopped, lives destroyed, families broken. She thought of her child's future. Would this be the day her baby lost their mother before even learning to say mama? She tried to explain. She had no weapons, no threat, just groceries and a baby. But their fingers stayed near triggers, suspicion carving the scene into something dangerous. Every second stretched like a lifetime, and the silence of the neighborhood only amplified the terror. Then came the breaking point. One officer demanded she hand her baby over. Alicia froze, clutching tighter. To release her child felt unthinkable, but to refuse felt deadly. Her heart pounded like thunder. Tears blurred her vision. In desperation, she pulled out her wallet with one trembling hand, showing them her ID. It revealed not just her name, but her role as a social justice advocate, someone who had spoken publicly about racial profiling. The irony struck like lightning. The officers faltered, realization dawning too late. The suspect they targeted with drawn guns was a mother, a leader, and a voice against the very injustice she was enduring. But the humiliation, the trauma, it had already happened. And nothing could erase the fear carved into her soul. The guns were lowered. The apologies were hollow. Alicia returned home shaken, her baby finally calm but unaware of the danger they had just escaped. She sat in silence that night, replaying the moment over and over, the look in their eyes, the coldness of their commands, the way her motherhood was invisible to them. She knew this wasn't just about her. It was about every mother, every father, every child who bore the weight of suspicion because of their skin. Her story became another echo in the growing cry for justice. And so, the question lingers. How many more families must be broken? How many babies must cry in fear before the system sees them for who they truly are? Human? Tell us. Which country and city are you watching from? Take care.